Committee's commitment to the investigation. This case closely resembles our previous investigation with the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, where we examined the LGU of Cagayan Province for disbursing public funds without adhering to the legal requirements, allegedly to buy votes from Cagayan residents. The key difference aside from this incident occurring in BARM is that in the case of Cagayan, the disbursement took place during the COMELEC prohibited period. Nevertheless, the committee remains concerned that these funds may likewise be used for both buying or to curry favor with voters. In light of this, we strongly urge everyone to remain vigilant and to report any such activities to COMELEC immediately for appropriate action. Similar to the action taken by the committee in Cagayan, where we directed COA to conduct a fraud audit to determine the extent of the legal disbursement of funds, of public funds, we likewise urge COA to conduct a special audit in BARM to ensure that the disbursement of public funds is free from any irregularities. The Committee on Public Accounts remains resolute in ensuring transparency, accountability, and the proper utilization of public funds. This inquiry is not just about uncovering potential misuse, but also about strengthening governance mechanism to prevent future irregularities. We assure all stakeholders that this investigation will be thorough, impartial, and guided by the principles of good governance and the rule of law. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po. Now, before we proceed with the continuation of the interpellation, we will discuss first some admin matters. Before I recognize Kong Zia Adjong, let me acknowledge representing the 1st District of the City of Manila, the Honorable Ernesto M. Dionisio Jr. in the Zoom. Thank you, sir, for attending the hearing. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I'd just like to, before we proceed with the admin matters, I'd just like to greet my brothers here, present, especially those from BARM. A happy Ramadan. I know it's a challenge for us to wake up early in the morning and then do the fasting, and while we are observing the fasting and doing a committee hearing. So we would like to thank them for coming over and join us on today's committee hearing, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, last committee hearing, Representative Mujib Hataman requested that the COA provide a detailed breakdown of the monthly fund releases, specifying the amounts allocated per barangay, municipality, and province. However, at that time, Mr. Chair, the COA audit team leader, Hijara Mangumpia, stated that COA had only received the consolidated total for the 2024, fiscal year 2024, without a month-by-month breakdown. So we were hoping, Mr. Chair, that the updated records have already been submitted. So may we ask COA if they have complied with the requested documents, Mr. Chair, by Congressman Mujib Hataman.
COA, please reply.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, honorable members of the Committee on Public Accounts, and all the resource persons present today. Mr. Chair, I just received the updated report from the Minister of Finance with the dates of the releases together with the amount of releases just last week, Thursday or Friday. So, but we will submit to this committee, indicating the date of the releases.
It's per barangay. Well, would it be, Mr. Chairman, would it be also per barangay, the breakdown, or per LGUs, and the corresponding amounts?
We will comply, sir. We will submit.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Before you proceed, Congressman Adjong, do you have a copy now, ma'am?
Mr. Chair, I don't have the printed copy, but I have a electronic copy.
May copy. So, pwede naman. Can we direct you to please copy furnish
Mr.
the
Chair.
office, the committee?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, for the record, Mr. Chair, aside from the electronic copy, magkano yung updated total release?
So far, Mr. Chair, no changes as to the total amount. But there's already, in the recent report submitted to me, there's already the details on the date of the releases. As-
Including the request from the local government.
Are you referring to the SBR, sir? The SBR, sir, was submitted to the Office of the Auditor of the Ministry of Finance just last Thursday, Friday rather, 4:30 p.m. So I didn't have the chance to evaluate all the documents submitted.
Pero andito ba yung mga residents COA? Definitely alam nila yon. Kasi di ba ni-request namin yung mga residents COA ng different provinces. Are they here?
I'd like to defer to my regional director.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and the honorable members of the Congress. I have with me my supervising auditors of the province of Lanao del Sur, the province of Basilan and Tawi-Tawi, and the province of Maguindanao del Norte and del Sur. The supervising auditors. Only the supervising auditors were around, sir, because per guidance of our COA chair, it would be too much if we allow all the local auditors to be present around.
Thank you, Mr.
Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr.
Kongzi.
Chair. Well, also with COA, Mr. Chair, Representative Hataman also inquired about a letter from Minister Ubaida Pakasim dated February 13, 2025, which outlined the list of the LGU beneficiaries of the 2024 LGSF. Again, the request was made through COA. Mangumpia Said confirmed that COA received the letter, which reported a total release of 6.4 billion pesos from August 2024 to February 13, 2025. We would just like to confirm from COA, have they already submitted this document to the committee already? Meron na? Comsec, do we have that?
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Chair, we've already submitted at last hearing.
Thank you. Also, the committee, Mr. Chair. Yeah, proceed.
Please kindly turn off the microphone, please, after speaking. Ayun pa pong isa. Thank you. Please proceed,
Okay na to.
Kong Zia.
Asan na? Okay. Mr. Chair, also, again, the committee inquired whether COA had records indicating the dates LGU submitted the request for local government support fund releases per guidelines requiring submission before December 15, 2024. Mr. Chair, COA stated that the special budget requests, or SBRs, were not included in the records submitted to the auditor's office, but had been requested from the Ministry of Finance. We requested, Mr. Chair, COA to forward the SBRs once received to verify if LGU submitted requests past the deadline. Mr. Chair, I would like to inquire from COA, has COA already obtained the SBRs, and can they furnish this copy to the committees? The
Anybody
SBRs,
from
Mr. Chair.
COA? Please proceed, sir.
We would like to inquire? No, wala.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to all of you. I would like to inform this honorable body that the Office of the Chief Minister has submitted the special budget requests copies to the Auditor's Office of the OCM BARM, together with the other documents pertinent thereto, last March 11, 2025.
Was that a yes or no answer? Is
Yes,
that a
po.
confirmation? Do you
It
have-
is already submitted to the Office of the Auditor OCM BARM.
Did we have, Mr. Chair, those documents? To which agency are we going to request those documents?
Mr. Chair, per information from the person submitting the documents, the same is already submitted to the Congress when I personally received those documents, Mr. Chair.
Sir, baka dito sa bar, huwag na kasi wala silang representative.
Anyway, for the information of the members of this committee, Voluminous documents were submitted from the BARM in my office. Hindi pa po nalungkat kasi ang kapal. Tsaka that was submitted last week ata, walang opisina at the time. Wala ako dito, wala rin ng COMSEC. So we have to check pa if all those documents being required to them that was submitted in my office. nasubmit na po. Please proceed.
Yes, anyway, Mr. Chair, the request the request actually, Mr. Chair, includes not only the SBRs, but even the MFBM and OCM assessments on the SBRs, the SAROS and NCAs for released LGSF funds, and the ADA documents, Mr. Chair. So I hope all those documents are also part of the requested or the transmitted documents that the COA intimated to this committee this morning.
Mr. Chair,
Can you confirm if all those documents, sir? Can you confirm?
Sir, please be reminded that please don't speak unless otherwise you're recognized by the chairman. Please po. Please proceed.
Yeah, would you-
Let the members of this committee finish first. Please
COA,
proceed.
thank you. COA, would you know if did the submitted documents also include the assessment of MFBM, assessments on the SBRs from MFBM and OCM, the SAROS and NCAs for the released LGSF funds, and the authority to debit account documents? Would you know if all these documents are also included in the documents that you said were already transmitted and given to Congress?
COA, please.
The submitted documents to the Office of the Auditor, OCM BARM, are first, the special budget request, then the endorsement from the OCM to the MFBM for the evaluation of the SBR, and third document is the assessment and endorsement by the MFBM to the OCM recommending for the approval of the SBR. And fourth document submitted to the auditor's office is the approval by the Office of the Chief Minister and directing the MFBM for the release of the said funds. So there are 4 documents submitted to the OCM BARM Auditor's Office.
Mr. Chair, if I may interject, baka makalimutan ko lang.
Please proceed.
May I-
Okay ka, Kong Adyong?
So, sinasabi nyo ngayon, ang approving, kasi last time kasi tinatanong to pero walang makasagot kasi wala talaga ang mula sa BARM. Ngayon, binabanggit nyo based doon sa process, yung approving authority is the Office of the Chief Minister and the Chief Minister itself.
Yes, COA, please.
Mr. Chair. The SBR are approved by the Office of the Chief Minister through the Senior Minister Abu Nawas Maslamama po.
Hindi, kaya nga, sir. So, simple lang ang tanong ko, ang approving authority is the Chief Minister.
Yeah, yes po.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kong Mujib. Please proceed, Kong Zia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Also, Mr. Chair, in terms of the sworn affidavits that were submitted to this committee, Mr. Chair, the committee requests that those LGUs who have submitted their affidavit, concerned LGU officials who have submitted to their affidavits to execute the sworn affidavits attesting to the fact that they did not submit any request for funding prior to the allocation. Mr. Chair, we request, Mr. Chair, that all those affidavits submitted to this committee, Mr. Chair, ano to? Comsec? Ano to? Anong problema dito sa mga ano?
Sir, yung sworn affidavit nila to submit sa atin.
Yeah, dininig nila sa atin, diba?
Eh, sir, wala pa.
Okay. May we request, Mr. Chair, that those LGUs who have guaranteed that this committee that they will submit their sworn affidavits to, as soon as possible, submit these sworn affidavits to this committee, Mr. Chair.
Is that being required to them last hearing?
No. Those, yes, we requested them, the LGUs, if they have a affidavit that they want to furnish this committee, we request them to have these sworn affidavits available either today or anytime soon, Mr. Chair. Those are the things that we have discussed and acted upon last committee hearing.
Yung mga LGU po, dapat po sworn affidavit yung pinapa-comply po sa inyo. You have not submitted ba Sabi daw ni Comsec, as per information, di pa daw kayo nakapag-submit.
If I may be acknowledged.
Yes, Mayor Sumanda.
Ang
please.
tanong ko lang po is yung request na yun, is it addressed to the municipal level or to the barangay level?
Hindi, actually, barangay man o to the municipal level, that's voluntary. But it should be a sworn statement. Under
Mr.
oath.
Chair, for the information po, Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of Mayor Ali Sumandar, those LGUs who would wish to submit their affidavits lang are required to have the affidavits available either today or in the coming days po. It's not really a mandatory or
Yeah,
obligatory.
yeah, it's that's why, as I've told you, that's voluntary because we need also documents that will form part of the committee report just in case po. So mahalaga din po yung mga sworn affidavit coming from the mayors or barangay officials, no, voluntarily giving us the sworn affidavit.
I think, Mr. Chair, part of the discussion in the last committee hearing is those LGUs who have specifically written a request, no, not request, but at the a letter to the OCM not availing of the LGSF, and yet they have accordingly received the LGSF in their accounts. So I guess those are the discussion that we had last committee hearing. But then again, it's not a mandatory, as the chairman said.
But for all
only-
those, Kong Zia, for all those who will voluntarily submit to this committee that sworn affidavit, please submit those affidavits before the next hearing po, para makita lang po namin, maaral din namin. Please proceed.
Thank you,
Kong Zia.
Mr. Chair. Also, Representative Flores requested the Land Bank to provide the list of branches where LGUs in the BARM have accounts. We would like to know if, also, we would like to know if these have already been complied. I believe Land Bank has already invoked the bank secrecy law, so the committee also demanded, Mr. Chair, that Land Bank submit the GCC. Legal opinion, have they already submitted that, COMSEC? Did we comply? Okay. Okay. So wala na ata to. Tapos na.
Meron tayong letters.
Okay. Lastly, Mr. Chair, the Honorable Chairman Akop also pressed DBM for a direct answer on whether they had the power to halt fund releases due to an ongoing congressional investigation. Mr. Chair, Mr. Diaz responded that once DBM receives formal instruction, written instruction, they could consider posting the release. But final approval would come from the higher authorities. We mentioned this request on our letter of invitation, Mr. Chair. We would like to request, has the DBM already complied with the request of Congressman Ako?
Please, DBM.
Good afternoon po, Honorable Chairperson, Honorable members of the committee, and fellow resource persons. Your Honor, may I clarify po if the question po is regarding the release of funds under the JA for Bangsamoro. DBM po has no authority over the JA for Bangsamoro. Nevertheless po, Your Honor, we will submit po our official position on the matter po, Your Honor. Thank you.
So, fund, ang sagot ng DBM, you don't have the authority to do it. But
Yes.
you will submit your position paper with regards to that. Tama po ang pagkaintindi ko.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, please submit your official position paper to the committee.
Yes po, sir.
Thank you. Kong Zia, any more?
That will be all, Mr. Chair, for the administrative matters. Thank you.
Let us proceed with the continuation of the interpellation or the questions that will be asked by the members of this committee. Who wants to ask first? Kong Mujib, are you prepared? Oh, please proceed, Kong Mujib.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang for the record, kasi nung last hearing ho natin, ang daming una administrative matter muna questions. So, ang BARM official, wala pa rin, Mr. Chair.
to answer the query of Congressman Mujib Taman, the BARM officials sent us an excuse letter because of Ramadan. And because of Ramadan, the chairman, consider it as a valid reason. But of course, giving the chairman and this committee will be thankful for all those officials also in government which is present today. But because of Ramadan, kinonsidera po natin yung ano nila, yung absence. Now, well, in fact, some of them requested for a Zoom meeting. They will join the Zoom, but ako, mas preferably sa akin is face-to-face. Kasi pag nasa Zoom, napakahirap po magtanong at saka magsagot. Pag naipit, pwedeng sabihin na wala yung signal. Diba? Kaya mas I prefer that the questions and the answers we are expecting to the resource persons will be physically. So, yun po. May letter po sila na
Just
issue.
for the record, Mr. Chen, gusto ko lang sabihin, kami rin ho nagpa-fasting, no? Just for the record. Pero wala hong batas even sa aming relihiyon na nagsasabi kung nag-fasting ka, hindi mo pwedeng gawin kung ano yung mandato mo sa buhay mo at mga obligasyon mo sa iyong panunungkulan. Just for the record, Mr. Chair. Second point, Mr. Chair, na gusto kong i-raise. So, yung issue ho ng wala tayong oversight authority over them dahil yun yung last time na ini-invoke nila na hindi ho tayo pwedeng magkaroon ng legislative inquiry because of the issue of autonomy. So hindi na ho nila pinapanindigan yon at ang reason ngayon dahil Ramadan lang. Just for the record, Mr. Chair.
Your first manifestation, Congressman Ojibis, duly noted. Tama ka po, lahat tayo dito is a public servant, though sabi mo nga, wala namang provision, no, to attend to work during Ramadan. But of course, sabi ko na nga, we should be thankful to all those public officials present in today's hearing. Number two po, question of jurisdiction, no, with regards to the inquiry in aid of legislation. Yung first letter nila, sabi nga po nila that there is an ongoing investigation. And question of jurisdiction, mas nasa BARM po. But of course, this is a constitutional mandate of this committee and the Congress to conduct inquiry in aid of legislation. And alam naman po natin that the BARM was created by a law emanated from the House. So hindi po sila makalabas diyan. Now, question of if they have admitted or not, let us see in the next hearing. But I will also ask them because the first reason or letter reply that was sent to us was it's all about jurisdiction, and now it's all about the Ramadan. So let us ask them, no, in the next hearing, kung tinanggap na ba nila na yung first reason is not valid, and the only valid reason for them to be excused today is because nasa Ramadan. Well, in fact, we issue a show cause order for them with regards to that.
Mr. Chair, kaya ko lang po nire-raise yun. Ngayon, tinanggap natin dahil Ramadan, di ba? Now, hindi sila pumunta. Yung point ko lang ho, baka mamaya, next hearing natin, i-invoke nila na wala tayong jurisdiction. But I thank the Chair na tama ho yung paninindigan ng ating Chair na meron tayong oversight authority over them kasi nga sabi natin itong pondo naman nila talagang dumadaan sa atin at malinaw rin naman even doon sa ilang provision ng Bangsamoro Organic Law. So with that, Mr. Chair, I thank you for reiterating the point that Congress has jurisdiction over the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, especially when matters of in relation to our legislative function. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And now, may I start to ask questions?
Please proceed, please proceed.
Mr. Chair, ano lang, pwedeng hypothetical, pwede rin hindi, kasi hindi ko ho. Una, wala si Chair ng COA, tama. Who represent the Chair of the COA?
The chairman did not send representative, but he only authorized us, being the regional director of COBARM and the supervising auditors here and the other lawyers, That's the representation of the Commission on Audit in compliance with the letter invitation of the committee chair, Your Honor.
Thank you, RD. Maraming salamat ho. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. At least hindi nyo ho ginawang excuse yung Ramadan para hindi dumalo rito. Likewise, kami hindi rin ho namin ginawang excuse ang Ramadan dahil kung tutuusin, hindi pwedeng magbawal sa ating mga activities or daily routine yung Ramadan. RD, ano lang ho ako. Sa issue ng auditing. Sa BOL kasi merong sinasabi na may power ang Bangsamoro government na mag-create ng internal, 'di ba, auditing system nila. Pero pagdating sa conduct ng audit, ang tanging COA lang ang merong authority, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
So walang ibang COA na kahit mag-create ang Bangsamoro Autonomous Region kasi constitutional mandate ho yon ng Commission on Audit as an independent body.
Yes, Your Honor.
Second point, last hearing ho, andito rin ata si attorney yung resident COA ng FBM. Nababanggit niya nga, tingin ko gusto ko lang i-confirm ulit na ang sinasabi niya hindi ho subject as guidelines ng Ministry of Finance and Budget and Management yung pag-liquidate nito sa level nila. Kasi nabanggit niya, medyo naging issue ngayon, naging hot seat ngayon sa social media. Kasi sumagot ho, kayo ma'am, na hindi subject for liquidation yung LGSF. May I get a confirmation from the resident COA of MFBM?
Your Honor, my statement last hearing is based on the guideline or the BBC guideline of the Ministry of Finance, Budget and Management. And at the level of the Ministry of Finance, there is no liquidation po because subsidy releases ho siya. So pagka ho subsidy releases, hindi naman ho siya nililiquidate sa level ng Ministry of Finance. However po, pagka po na-download na po siya sa mga local government unit, it would be a different story na po. So doon po,
Actually, Mr. Chair, kaya kinaklaro ko lang yon, ma'am, kasi maraming naging hot issue kasi even in social media, mas maganda nang iklaro natin. Hindi siya subject for liquidation. Subjected siya for liquidation, pero doon sa recipient. Kaya nga mayroong mga residents COA. Pero pagdating sa MFBM, yung records nyo lang for disbursement ang mayroong available sa inyo. Kaya nagkaroon kami ng listahan, tama? Okay.
yes, Your Honor.
So, paano ho yung process? Kanina, halimbawa, yung kaninang COA ho, nagsabi, ang approving authority is the Chief Minister through the Senior Chief Minister. Right? Senior Minister, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, ang request ho ng local government based sa guidelines, sino ang may hawak ng mga request na yon? Kasama ho ba yon sa sinubmit sa committee last week?
Yung mga, Your Honor, yung mga request po is BR, mayroon pong kopya ang Office of the Chief Minister, copy furnished po ang MFBM.
Request addressed to the Chief Minister.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang releases is through MFBM.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano nga ang pinipirmahan doon sa releases? Transfer of fund or ano bang tawag doon? Pag sa DBM, siyempre NCA, SARO NCA. Pag sa galing ho dyan sa MFBM, ano yung tawag doon?
SARO NCA din, Your
SARO
Honor.
NCA. Pero ang SARO NCA na yan, from the BARM government na. Tama.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based doon sa request.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alam mo, kaya lang ho kami nagtaka, sa totoo lang. I hope hindi po ako ma-misunderstood. Kasi never to nangyari sa national government pagdating sa issue ng LGSF na merong mag-request ka ng 1 billion, re-releasean ka ng 500 million, tapos ang 1 billion i-release mo in 2 days. Kahit sabihin nyo pa yan nagsimula sa August, pero based sa record na sinubmit nyo at sa sinabi nyo last week, ma'am, ito ay nirelease lang ng 2 days. Ang tanong ko ganito, pag nag-release kayo ng first tranche, halimbawa, napansin ko ho doon sa mga releases nyo sa mga probinsya, 500 million nung August. Ano yung reason para i-release nyo yung second tranche ng December?
Your Honor, I think I am not in position to comment on that, considering that as an auditor, we are only on the post-audit
Hindi,
basis.
pero sa policy ng COA, hindi kayo nagtataka merong ganon. Tandaan nyo ho natin dito sa Kongreso, meron nga hong teacher, 5,000 pesos lang nabasa ko sa Pinstar. Hindi niya na-liquidate at kinasuhan at nakulong ng 2 years. Ito 500 million at nirelease natin agad yung another 500 million even without liquidation at hindi nagtataka si Commission on Audit. Samantala, ang trabaho ni COA ay bantayan lang talaga yung pera ng bayan. Kaya di ba dapat magtaka kayo o naalarma kayo? Bakit kailangan pa umabot kay Lakong Gia at naalarma sila at kayo na caught in the act kayo?
Actually,
As
your...
COA. Yun yung sinasabi ko rito, sir. Wag niyo akong masamain. Sinasabi ko lang as COA. Kasi we are talking of 6.4 billion. Di ba? We are talking of 6.4 billion dito. Ho. In a span of how many months? Pero sa months na yon in a span of how many days? Kaya gusto kong malaman ho. Hindi ba ma'am sige lang ho, ganito na lang ho. Baguhin ko ang question for COA na lang. System check. Di ba pag, anong difference ni LGSF sa ibang regular fund ng ibang agency? Kasi parang special tong si LGSF di ba? Kasi sa ibang agency ma'am, ganito ho, alam nyo naman ho, naging regional governor ako. Etong mga mayors na to, nagkakaroon ako ng memorandum of agreement sa kanila sa mga ilang DPWH project. It's either ang system namin 40%, 50%, then 10%, or 30-30-30-10. Ito bang LGSF, anong special dito at hindi in-apply yung ganong sistema?
Your Honor, actually, Your Honor, in our audit of the LGSF, we believe that we should be guided by the prevailing guidelines. So the prevailing guidelines in this instance is the BBC guidelines. And as to the releases, sir, bakit magkakalapit? I think, sir, I am not in position to comment on that because it is mainly the prerogative of the management. As the auditor, we
Ma'am,
cannot...
yung issue ng prerogative, even kami, prerogative kasi, pero meron tayong residence COA. Di ba, babantayan mo lagi yung pera na dumarating dyan. In fact, di ba, monthly nagkukuha kayo mga disbursement documents? Di ba, every 10th of the month, parang dapat sinasubmit sa inyo? Pwedeng punta ako sa residence COA rito. Sino andito mga residence COA? Yung tatlo, pasagutin na lang. Halimbawa, Tawi-Tawi, Maguindanao del Norte, at Basilan, my home province. Noong August, nireleasan sila ng tigpa 500 million. So kung August, September, October, November, December, 4 months, natapos to. Kasi December, ni-request ulit at ni-release yung another 500 million based doon sa record na sinubmit ng Residence COA. Ano yung documents na available ngayon? Para makita lang natin ho. At anong project ang pagkakagamitan. Yung 500 million kung August ni-release, ilang araw dinisburse? Kasi monthly naman, meron kayong record.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Good afternoon po. To date po, wala pa pong nasasubmit sa Commission on Audit na reports in relation dun sa disbursement sa LGSF. Gumawa na po kami ng sulat, nag-request kami ng submission of all those disbursement vouchers, the RCIs, and all other supporting documents pertaining thereto.
Di ba, ma'am, hindi, parang tanong ko lang ganito. Regular fund, nagsasubmit sila monthly as provided by law. Na dapat every 10th of the month, meron kayo lahat ng disbursement document sinasubmit sa COA, di ba? Nasa rules yun?
Yes po, yes
Okay.
po, yun po.
Bakit itong LGSF wala?
Actually po, yung regarding po sa LGSF, nalaman na rin lang po namin na may LGSF nung may privilege speech din po si Kong Zia. So doon po namin nalaman. Kasi
Ma'am, nalaman? Paano nalaman?
nung during po ng privilege speech ni Kong Zia.
Okay. So kung hindi pala nag-privilege speech si Kong Gia, itong 6.4 billion hindi natin alam.
Hindi po, malalaman din po eventually kasi ongoing naman po yung pag-audit namin ng
Pero ma'am,
funds
nung
naman.
nalaman nyo, di ba dapat hiningi nyo na yung monthly disbursement kasi kailangan every 10. I am sure either na-obligate nila yan or either na-withdraw na yan bago mag-December. Kasi ang pondo for that particular year is dapat after December, di ba dapat obligated or disbursed?
Actually, nag-request na po kami sa kanila nung February 27. So, we're hoping na may-submit nila sa amin yung mga requested na reports na kailangan po namin dun sa, tungkol sa disbursements.
Hindi, pero ma'am, hindi, balik ako ma'am doon sa point nyo, no? Please ma'am, paumanhin nyo po ako. Kasi curious lang talaga ako. Kasi meron tayong guiding rules, meron tayong rules na sinusunod. Sabi nyo kanina, nalaman nyo ang LGSF nung nag-privilege speech si Gia. Okay? Residence ko ng ano kayo, ma'am? Basilan, no? Okay. Ang sabi ni COA ng MFBM, ang unang release nila sa mga probinsya is August. That was, the amount was 500 million per province, except Maguindanao del Sur and Lanao del Sur. Wala yung probinsya na yun. Siguro, dahil hindi sila kapartido, dahil iba yung partido ng Maguindanao del Sur, iba rin ang partido. Obvious naman yun yung nangyayari as mentioned by Chairman. So, nung nanglaman nyo, ma'am, hindi ho kayo nag-request sa kanila kung anong nangyari, of which January na yon ang privilege speech. December, na-release na yung buong 1 billion sa mga probinsya na to. Anyway, ma'am, bago nyo sagutin, sino yung sa province of Tawi-Tawi? Residence COA? Ikaw rin, ma'am. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang probinsya. Yung sa Maguindanao del Norte.
Ako po, Your Honor.
Sir, alam nyo, kailan nyo nalaman na merong 1 billion na pumasok sa account ng Maguindanao del Norte?
Actually, with regards dun sa LGSF, Your Honor, nalaman na lang namin yan yung late, the same din yung case na nung nagkaroon ng
Privilege speech.
yes po.
Hindi daw nagkamali, January 27, ang privilege speech ni Kong Zia. Tapos may following pa yon na joint resolution. So, after nung nalaman nyo, sir, yung mga residents ko ng tatlong probinsya, hindi kayo nag-request sa budget officer ng disbursement documents? Kasi January na I'm sure December, dinisburse na nila yan. Hindi kayo nag-request hanggang ngayon at walang nasubmit na disbursement documents ng mga probinsya na to?
Actually po, nag-request na yan kami, naantay namin yung kanilang submission ng mga disbursement vouchers.
Pero sir, di ba, kung January yan, kailan kayo nag-request, sir?
Mga 2 weeks ago. Last
2 weeks ago lang. So, nung nalaman nyo nung January 27, hindi kayo nagtaka, bakit hindi kayo sinabmitan nung February, March, di ba? Or February, kasi 10th nga di ba? Dapat yun, kung tutuusin, andyan na sa inyo yung mga disbursement document na yon.
Nung nalaman kasi namin itong mayroong LGSF, sir, Your Honor, yung nagkaroon na ng hearing, tas
Mr. Chair, pwede bang Mr. Chair i-request natin sa mga residents COA through the BARM Regional Director ng Commission on Audit yung disbursement documents. Unahin ko muna yung disbursement documents ng lahat ng local government units, including the bank statement of the different local government units. Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to require COA, especially residents COA, through the regional director of COA, to submit all those documents being requested by Congressman Mujib Taman.
Second.
Duly seconded. Any objections?
Sir, since
Sandali
this...
po. Ganda na
Mr.
po.
Chair.
Hindi, wala pang ruling sa request mo. Any objections? Sa Zoom? None. Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Ma'am,
Please
mga
proceed.
kailan, sir, ma'am, mga kailan kaya pwede? Kasi siyempre, ano na ngayon, March na. As I've said, December pa yan. I'm sure disburse na yung buong pera na yan. Kasi kailangan i-disburse yan. Eh, mga ilang araw ho, pwede kaming maghintay.
We are expecting, Your Honor, mga end of the month, March 31.
Sir, pwede ba in 1 week bago kami mag-conduct ng next hearing para mapag-aralan namin din yung mga document? Anyway, sir, hindi ho mahirap yan. Kasi kung hindi naman goes yung disbursement na yan, I'm sure existing yung mga documents. Kasi hindi rin naman pwede na walang document yan.
Koa, are you amenable to the request of Kong Mujib for you to submit in 1 week's time? Please answer.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. With respect to the submission by the implementing agencies to the resident auditors, we have already done that, and the compliance by the LGUs are no longer within our hands. We are just waiting for them to submit. Then until such time, pagka nakapag-submit na sila, that's the time that we will post-audit their transactions. As to the question kung yan ay pwede namin masubmit in 1 week, depende po yan, Your Honor, sa compliance ng LGU sa amin.
Hindi ba yun, Mr. Chair, mandatory on their part to submit at kailangan yun every 10th, lalo na ganitong kalaking pondo?
Definitely, Your Honor, yeah, that is under our regulation for them to submit the liquidations within a prescribed period. But again, Your Honor, we don't have the power to compel them to submit. Ours is only to require them to submit to us the documents now. If they fail to submit, Your Honor, after a series of demand letters, that's the time, Your Honor, that we refer the matter to our higher-ups, like our regional director, for appropriate action.
Kong Mujib, before you follow up, you make your follow-up question. Let me acknowledge the presence of the representative from One Rider Party List, the Honorable Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez. One Rider, wag niyong kalimutan. Ano pa yan, incumbent, first termers, is running for re-election. Thank you po. Please proceed.
Your Honor, yun yung inaano ko. Hindi ba pwedeng i-mandate nyo sila? Lalo na kayo ang mga residents auditor sa kanila. At kailangan din naman nila. Pati, in the first place, Your Honors, it's part of your mandate.
Yes, Your Honor, in our letter to them, we emphasize the submission of these documents, and in fact, we cited the corresponding regulation of the Commission that they should submit to the auditor.
Ganon na lang yun.
Yes, there are courses of action, Your Honor, that we may refer to our regional director.
With the indulgence of Kong Mujib, sir, that's part of your regulation that every 10th of the month, di ba? 10th day of the month, the summer one. Now, matanong lang kita, in your case, Lanao, you're representing Lanao, di ba?
Yes, po.
Now, sir, when was the last time that they have submitted those vouchers and those documents being required to them?
As far as the LGSF documents po, sir, as we have said, despite our demand letters,
No, diretso
You have
na
not
po.
been
Sorry po. When was the last time that you received a document from the LGSF?
Sir, Your Honor, wala pa po silang sinasambit sa amin ever since
Since the release.
the release po,
And the
sir.
release started August.
Yes po, sir.
In the case of Lanao, the same din, August 2024 pa.
Yes, sir, but
Hanggang ngayon, wala pa sila na-submit po.
yes po, Your Honor.
Now next, the course of action that should be undertaken by the regional director from the COA province is to report to the regional director, tama?
After a series of demand letters and they still fail.
So you have sent demand letters.
Demand letters and follow-up letters po,
When
sir.
was that?
It was made a few days after we knew of the release of the fund. We were informed of the release of the fund on February 27. And the next Monday, we made our demand letters to them to submit. And after a few days, we again made a follow-up tracer for them to submit.
Hindi po, kasi sabi mo po, if tama yung pagkakuha ko, you sent a demand letter to them, that was Feb 27, 2025 na po, tama?
March 3 po, sir, yung aming demand letters.
March
Yeah, we came to know of the release of the fund February 27. As far as Lanao is concerned, for the Lanao del Sur is concerned.
So sandali po, nakakalito kasi. Kasi yung distribution o downloading of funds and distribution of funds, sabi po ng COA, ng regional director started August of last year. Now, kailan nyo lang nalaman? Nung March lang? February 27?
February po, sir.
February na lang po?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Oh, RD, COA, Regional COA. Bakit ganitong nangyari? When was the time that you know that there is an LGSF fund being distributed down the municipalities and barangays?
Your Honor, we are consistent that we knew of the LGSF, about LGSF, upon the privileged speech of Congressman Zia. So I immediately told my auditors to confirm, to send confirmation letters. And also, at that time, the auditor of MFPM has not yet received the list of the official list of the beneficiaries of this LGSF, Your Honor.
So anyway, pareho kayo ng provincial director. Now ganito po. So now you have sent a letter demanding them for them to submit all the vouchers and documents being required by law. Tama?
Yes.
Now, and that includes not only in the period of January to Feb of this year, but that includes August. Kasi it started last August pa 2024, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
So in short, they have to submit from August 20, all the documents being required to them by law from August 2024 up to January 2025, tama?
But as to the confirmation, based on the confirmation of my supervising auditors, Your Honor, they have not yet received any submission from the audited agencies with respect to the LGSF
Now, what
funds.
will be the course of action of COA Regional Director? Because are you authorized?
What authorities, sir, are
No,
you asking?
I'm asking you what will be the course of action of the regional office of COA.
Sir, there are course of procedures to be followed yet first
what
by
is
the
that?
supervising auditors and the audit team leaders before these matters will be raised to the level of the regional director.
Hindi, ngayon, sir, we are now in open hearing. Diretso na to, anong possible action mo in your office? And what prohibits you to do it? Because under the law, they are mandated to submit every 10th of the month. Di ba ganun na yung kasimple? Now, you're waiting for what? From your provincial offices. And this is now an hearing. Alam mo po kasi dito sa amin, pwede mo pong sabihin na you're waiting for documents, but ang tinatanong ko dito is your system based on the law. What will be your course of action? Kasi tingnan mo ha, nalaman nyo February na because of the privileged speech of the Honorable Adjong. Now, alam nyo na. Di ba? Now, ang provincial COA, ang sabi kanina, pagkaintindi ko, magpadala ng demand letter, nagpadala na siya. Walang sagot. Now, next is, they will inform the regional office. Now, in your end, what will be your course of action?
Your Honor, so far, while I'm confirming with my supervising auditors in the ground, we still have to wait first for the compliance of, because we are giving them grace period for the compliance, sir. After the agencies can no longer submit their required documents to the resident auditors, then the next appropriate action for the resident auditors is to probably issue a notice of suspension for these funds.
Sir, ganito lang po. Okay lang yan, sir, kung January of 2025. But the disbursements started August. And supposedly, those involved LGUs, with regards to LGF funds, may mga dokumentos lang hawak. Unless otherwise, sabi nga ni Kong Mujib, wala. Di ba? Now, pwede pa natin intindihin yung January to February of 2025. But those disbursements being made last August until December, mag-audit pa tayo, supposedly, but of course, alam ko, June 30 pa yung ano nyo, doon sa regular audit. But the question is, can we wait? Kung nandyan sa kanilang document, dapat sinabit na nila yung sabi mo na lang, 3 months, August, September, October. Di ba? Now, ang tanong ngayon dito, ano ba yan? Ang nire-request nyo, lump na submission?
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yes, please.
in addition to the manifestation of our regional director, may we clarify, Mr. Chair, that the releases started on August 15, sometime August 15, 2024, for the province of Basilan, Your Honor. And then for the succeeding, the bulk of the releases took place somewhere in November and December. Now, it doesn't mean po na na-release siya is na-disburse na po siya sa level ng local government units.
I understand that,
yes,
ma'am.
Mr.
Sorry
Chair.
po. I understand that. Alam namin yun. But ma'am, ang sinasabi kasi ng regulation nyo is for them to comply with all the documents. Now, pag tinanong kita ngayon, ma'am, tatanungin kita, ano bang na-comply, anong wala? Anong ma-dispose, anong wala?
As for a manifestation of our supervising auditor, Mr. Chair, as they have stated kanina po, wala pa daw po nasasubmit sa kanila yung mga
Yun na nga yun na nga ang sinasabi ko with the indulgence of Pong Mujib, that cannot be accepted as an excuse, ma'am. Linaw-linaw. Sabihin na natin, okay, I will buy your argument. Sabihin na natin, sige nga, yung October, November, December of last year, baka hindi pa na-disburse. Sige na nga. Pwede natin pag-usapan yan. But of course, yung August, September, October, that they never complied with the requirements being required to them by law. Di ba? I think we need, sino bang ano dito sa central office? Kaya lang sa fraud audit ka, di ba? Can you clarify that? A question of regulation, the regulatory powers of COA with regards to the issue at hand. Kasi ang sinasabi ko lang, pag ganito lagi tayo, no, na mag-isang taon, o sabihin mo ng 6 months, hindi nagsasabit ng mga documents, may problema tayo. Di ba? And you are the agency that should make sure na nakukomply yung mga documents. Di ba? Tuloy-tuloy ang tawag dito, ang releases, pero they're not complying with the requirements. Attorney. Attorney, before I recognize Kong Mujib, Attorney, can you clarify that matters? Though alam ko, nasa fraud audit team ka, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. The guidelines pertaining to the submission, Your Honor, is depends on the wisdom of our commission proper, Your Honor.
So, ganito.
Mr. Chair, walang written rules. Halimbawa, kung tanungin ko sa inyo, bakit dapat isubmit ng every 10th of the month? Is that a rules or is that written rules?
Your Honor, that is the rule.
That is a rule.
Normal rule, yes, sir.
So pag ang rules nyo hindi sinusunod, ano yung siyempre regulatory body kayo, di ba? Auditing. So pag hindi nasusunod 'yon, anong mangyayari? Alam ba, hindi sumusunod.
Sir, Your Honor, after exhausting the normal procedures of demanding all these documents for submission to the auditors concerned, the audit team leader, with his supervising auditor, will be forced to have this appropriate action of issuing the notice of suspension.
Ano yung
Na-exhaust na po lahat yung reminders namin sa kanila.
Usually, sir, yung mga measure, yung sinasabi natin, dapat ma-exhaust lahat. Ano usually? Halimbawa,
Your Honor,
1, 2, 3, di ba?
Yeah,
Parang sulat ako ng 1. Hindi, parang dito sa amin, sa House of Representatives. Siyempre, maraming rason. Pero depende sa committee kung yung rason nila is justifiable. Parang una, nagsulat kami ng show cause. Ngayon, inaccept ng chairman dahil Ramadan. Okay, pinagbigyan. Pero meron din bang ganon na step halimbawa sa rule? Pag halimbawa 1, 2, 3 letters natin, hindi pa rin sila mag-submit ng disbursement documents nila o ng document na nire-require as provided by rules and law. Ano yon pagdating sa COA?
Yes, Your Honor. As I'm explaining it, after the series of demand letters and they
Ilang
still...
letters, sir?
Maximum of 3, sir.
Maximum of 3.
Okay, so after that, the audit team leader and the supervising auditors will be forced to give their audit appropriate action by either issuing the notice of suspension for those transactions. But we have to reiterate, sir, that the basis of our notice of suspension will still be on the documents to be submitted by the audited agencies, sir.
Pero sir, point ko lang doon, ganito, ako gusto ko lang i-simplify kasi siyempre kayo ang auditor. Sabi ko nga, malaki ang pondo, di ba? Kung pag-usapan mo, buwis ng bayan, 6.4 billion, pinagkatiwala sa BARM. Siyempre, on the part ng Congress, halimbawa, kami bilang mga congressman, o hindi kaya tayo nagkamali sa pagbibigay ng authority at magkaroon ng black grant. Nagkaroon sila ng ganitong wide discretionary. Kasi sabi ko nga sa inyo, even national government, DBM, never pa naka-issue ng LGF. Siguro mga 50 million kung meron nabigyan. Ito 1 billion ang pinag-uusapan. Tapos hindi ka ba magtaka merong barangay na wala naman siyang capacity to procure, bibigyan mo ng 30 million. Di ba parang magtaka ka? Ngayon, knowing, halimbawa, on the part ng COA, nalaman nyo bigla, hindi nyo lang ba kinausap, halimbawa, yung mga budget officer, kung akong residence ko, uy, may pumasok pala dito, di ba? May pumasok pa lang. Parang kami sa Congress, nung nalaman namin to, dahil authority namin, dumaan sa amin, nagbigay kami ng, kumbaga, gumawa ang Congress ng batas, binigay ang black grant, binigay ng ganitong power. Siyempre, nakarealize ang Congress. So, gusto kong ibalik sa Commission on Audit. The mere fact na nag-a-assign tayo ng mga residents COA purposely to track down at i-monitor yung pera ng bayan. Di ba? Yun naman talaga ang purpose. In fact, yun yung constitutional duty ng COA. Kaya tinanong ko, nung nalaman nung January 27, di ba, nalaman, based sa privilege speech ni Congressman Gia, hindi ba halimbawa, si Maguindanao del Norte ba or even yung regional director or si Lanao del Sur or si Tawi-Tawi at Basilan na merong pumasok ganito, hindi lang man nyo kinausap, halimbawa yung budget officer, of which alam ko naman very close usually, yung mga budget officer, pati yung mga residents ko. Alam ko na yun kasi naging regional governor din ako. Hindi lang man ba, sir, ma'am, natanong natin sila na kung merong pumasok, did they confirm or not? Alimbawa, Tawi-Tawi or ano. Hindi ko tatanungin si RD kasi hindi naman siya doon nakabase eh. Halimbawa, on the part ng Maguindanao del Norte, hindi nyo nakausap yung budget officer at tinanong kung merong i-confirm lang man na kung merong pumasok 1 billion doon sa unang release pa 500 million sa Maguindanao del Norte, sir?
Your Honor, nag-confirm din po kami.
So, kinonfirm nila?
Yes.
Okay. Kayo, ma'am Mona, halimbawa, sa Tawi-Tawi at Basilan, kinonfirm ba nila to sa inyo na merong pumasok ganong amount?
Yes po, kinonfirm nila naman.
Mga ma'am? Mga anong month ho?
Actually po, nung December, I was asked by Ma'am Hijara na kung may na-download daw funds may downloaded funds daw sa mga provinces. So nagtanong ako doon, galing daw sa LGSF. So nagtanong ako pagbalik ko ng Basilan, nagtanong ako kung may pumasok sa kanila galing LGSF. I think that was December. Parang sabi nila, may pumasok sa amin pero hindi LGSF. Kasi that time, wala pang amount na mention. Basta may pumasok. So sabi nila, hindi, may pumasok sa amin pero hindi LGSF. So later na sir, yung after ng privilege,
Yung budget officer, di ba?
sa
Kasi
accounting
hindi
po ako
kinonfirm na LGSF.
sa accounting po ako nagtanong actually, sa accounting po.
Anyway,
Yun po
ma'am, ang point lang naman namin ho dito, kasi alam mo yung implication ganito, siyempre ang mamamangha dyan, hindi lang kaming mga Muslim congressman. Tandaan ho natin, buwisto ng mamamayang Pilipino. Kumbaga, sinubsidize sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, kasi nga nasa special consideration tayo at binigyan tayo ng block grant. Ma'am, sir, imagine nung time ko, every year humaharap ako sa Congress just to defend the budget. Magkano lang kay times 3 tong budget ng BARM ngayon. Pero babalikan ko tong issue ng LGSF, kaya maraming nang mangha. Parang ang tanong namin sa sarili namin, nagkamali ba kami nagbigay ng ganitong authority o ano? Kaya gusto naming malaman, actually, hindi naman yung problema to eh. Kumbaga, gusto lang natin malaman kung ano talaga ang real score. Halimbawa, pag-issue sa disbursement. Ngayon, balikan ko, Sir RD. Ano yung process at policy ng COA pagdating sa disbursement ng LGSF? Anong rules i-apply natin? Same din ba to sa rules ina-apply natin sa mga regular funding, sa iba't ibang project, dahil public fund din to?
Your Honor, we apply the same procedures, audit procedures, just like in the audit of ERA or whatever funds. Kasi po parehas naman yan. Sabi mo nga, sir, it's a public funds.
So, di ba, sir, halimbawa, DPWH, babalikan ko. Usually, kung mag-deal ka sa local government, merong corresponding documents. Mag-request sila, pero ang policy, sige, imuha ko sa inyo. Ito bang LGSF hindi sinasubject sa ganong parameters?
As earlier explained by Auditor Hijara, magkaiba po, sir, Your Honor, ang LGSF as to the MOA na yung mga infrastructure projects. Kasi for the infra, the local government units will still will be required to submit the utilization of the initial release, either 15 or 30, depende sa agreement, no? But for the LGSF, we follow the guidelines issued by the Bangsamoro, which does not require any liquidation to the MFBM.
Sir, if you don't mind, sir, ha? Hindi ho natin pinag-usapan dito na yung issue ng FFBM. Kasi si MFBM, agreed ako, in principle, agreed din ho ako, na wala naman talagang liquidation kasi ang disbursement lang naman nila doon sa local government unit. Pero, pag ginastos mo ang pondo na to, dapat may liquidation. Pero ang tanong ko, balikan ko yung first na tanong ko, sabi ko nga, bakit pa dinalawang tranche kung hindi naman kailangan i-liquidate yung first tranche?
Sir, we are not in the position to comment on that because
Hindi, sir.
it's
Balikan
purely
ko
a
COA rules ang
management
tinatanong ko, ha?
prerogative.
Hindi yung policy ng MFBM. Ang sinasabi ko, yung COA rules. Kung ano yung patakaran nyo. Kaya nga ho, ang premise ko kanina, tinatanong ko kayo, kung pareho lang ba ang rules, i-apply natin sa lahat ng public funds. Ang sagot nyo, pareho. Kaya tinatanong ko ulit yon. Anong difference? Anong animal tong si LGSF? Nagkaroon ng ganong latitude of freedom. Parang gumastos ka lang ng sarili mong pondo. Kung gusto kong 500 million i-release, kahit hindi ma-liquidate, re-releasean kita ulit ng 500 million.
Sir, Your Honor, is still a management prerogative kung how many tranches are they going to release these funds. Wala pong power po ang Commission on Audit dyan para sabihin namin na you can only release first tranche, second tranche,
Sir.
or third tranche.
Sir, hindi nga ho eh. Kasi inuulit ko ho. Hindi ko inaano ha, ulit ko. Definitely public fund to. Okay. Ang ginagamit natin sa lahat nung era, lahat public funds yan. Bakit ito, tinatanong ko lang. Halimbawa, ito, wala pa tayong nakikitang request letter. Di ba? I'm sure, nung pumutok to, pwede namang gawan at i-antedate yung request letter. Okay. Second, wala rin tayong nakikitang project proposal. Di ba? Of which, kung titingnan natin sa lahat ng auditing, ang basis natin kung ano yung project proposal. Anong basis nyo i-liquidate to? Hahabulin lang natin kung saan ang gusto ng mga LGU pagkakagastusan? Ganon ang mangyayari pagdating sa LGSF?
Your Honor, that is why we are waiting first for the documents because to verify kung ano ba talaga, saan nila ginastos itong LGSF per the request at saka per doon sa kung ano yung menu na pinili nila of the LGSF BBC guidelines. Kaya po hindi makapag-decide ang ating mga auditors, sir, kasi nga wala pa silang nakukuhang documents from the recipients because our audit will still be based on the documents to be submitted by the different LGUs recipients of this LGSF.
Okay, sir. Ganito. Balik ako sa residence COA ng FFBM. Ang tawag nyo galing sa inyo is disbursement. Di ba? Galing sa inyo, disbursement.
Fund transfer, sir.
Hindi, sige nga. Pero dinisburse nyo yon. Dinisburse nila. Pan-transfer yon, pero disbursement yon.
Naka-ada siya, sir. So,
Ano kaya nga? So, may pondo ako 624, kahit sabihin mo yan pan-transfer, that is disbursement.
in effect, sir.
Okay.
But it's an appropriation releases.
The mere fact na nag-submit si MFBM sa inyo ng list of recipient, di ba? Di ba dapat, ma'am, ang usual nun? Kung ako ang residence COA ni MFBM, itanong ko ano nung project yan?
Your Honor, if you'd recall po, the official list submitted by the MFBM is dated February 13. So, right after that po, I already furnished a copy to the supervising auditors for them to confirm, which is usually a normal part of the audit.
Hindi, kaya
For
nga,
the confirmation.
ang meron, ma'am, is disbursement. ADA. Pan-transfer. Okay. Pero as to, kung ano yung nireleasean mo, di ba dapat alam nyo yon?
Sir, the copy of the SPRs was not submitted to my office. So, only last week lang po, 4:30 p.m.
So,
Friday.
ibig sabihin, ma'am, hindi rin kayo nagtaka nung sinubmit sa inyo kailan yon after the privilege speech at tinanong nyo kung ano-ano yung mga... Kasi ang tingin ko, sa laking pondo na to, pwede lang naman tanong, sir, anong project to? For purposes, kasi kumbaga kayo may framework na si COA eh. At hindi naman magkaiba yung rules na ginagamit ng residence COA ng FFBM, ng regional director, pati yung COA doon sa mga local government units. Ako, naintindihan ko yon, ma'am, na sabi nyo, wala kayong... I got your point na walang liquidation sa level nyo. Pero pagdating sa disbursement, dapat alam nyo kung ano yung pinopondohan. Hindi pwede papasok lang dito at hindi nyo alam kung anong pinopondohan, di ba? Dapat meron kayo. Meron na kayo nun?
Yes, sir. If I may po, no, Your Honor. So, bali po, if you'll recall po, yung bulk po ng fund releases for the LGSF took place sometime November and December. So, yung vouchers, yung fund transfer vouchers po nito is belatedly submitted to the Office of the Auditor. So, sometime in January. And then po, yun po, nagkaroon na po ng privilege PC Congressman Zia. And then po, immediately right after that po, I immediately confer with the management and to ask them. And by a written po, is in fact po as early as January 10, before the issue even came out of the social media, I already requested po all of the documents pertinent to the LGSF. And as of now po, yun nga po, as of last week, the management already submitted to my office po copies of the SAROs, the ADAS, and the NCAs as well as the SBRs, submitted to be 4:30 p.m. And as per representation po from the management, they have also submitted the copy to this honorable committee.
Ma'am, yung SBR may format.
Yes, Your Honor, may format
Ano
po siya.
yung mga attached document sa SBR? Huh?
Annex C. Anong form po? Annex C ba yun? Annex C.